Hey, welcome to the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. Just to let you know, we're starting a new mastermind developing personal OKRs. And as you can see up here, we're using Jira to track our results. And over here, or this way, we're using Miro to help lay it out on the whiteboard. So we're using combinations in our mastermind to develop and further hone our personal OKRs so that we as individuals can grow, whether it be in our career, our business, wherever the path wants to go for you. I hope you get to join us in our Agile Mastermind. This next segment is involving Agile coaching career path. So if you're looking at from a Scrum Master where you want to go, an Agile coach, your career path, no matter what you do, this is a good example of an OKR, personal OKR that we work on in our mastermind.
A couple of my goals are I wanted to read an Agile book. I wanted to read 12 Agile books this year, Agile related books.
Okay, so you want to do 12 books this year?
Yep.
All right. So with the 12 books, let's say if we were to write in here, your objective, well, you have a bigger objective of 12 books, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Two. Here it doesn't like letting you do stuff that has a pop up. There we go. So you want to read 12 books. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so your objective is to read 12 books.
Yep.
So what are you going to read 12 books in the quarter?
It'd be.
Look, and let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Why do you want to read 12 books?
And so I'm not going to identify the books ahead of time necessarily, but I would be identifying kind of throughout the year areas that I want to grow in, and then selecting, perhaps recommended books from someone like yourself or others that are seen as, good learning materials for that topic, like facilitation, collaboration, things like that.
Yep.
So it's just advancing my knowledge in different areas, some to be determined at this point.
So is that going to move the needle to the next level for you?
I think so. If I'm monitoring what's happening in the Agile space and kind of looking to see where I might need some development, I think it definitely will take me to the next level, especially if I, implement some of the ideas that I'm reading.
Okay. So let's get a little more perspective. Do you have an idea? Do you want to implement in the next quarter? Let's say if you have an objective, like if you want to really move the needle, you want to get yourself to the next level of what you're doing. What might that be?
Well, one of the books that I'm reading now, which is on this list, is an Agile transformation book by Michael Spade. And it talks about like integral Agile, like a holistic view of the organization versus just one slice of it. So I think, I'm actually almost done with it at this point. So I think, like, for example, for that book, that'll help me focus on not just my little slice of the world at my company, but continuing to look from a systemic, holistic view and try to improve there too, or help folks improve at that level.
Okay, so would you, for your own personal objective, want to make yourself more marketable and you're inside your business?
Yes. Yep. I think that'd be one thing for sure. To try to move towards more of a Agile coaching role per se versus just a Scrum Master. And I know they can be interchangeable, but I think that would allow me to move around more throughout the organization.
Looking to do that in the next quarter or over time?
I think this is probably going to take this year to do that. Maybe not skill wise, but to get to that point, organization structure wise, I think it might take a little bit longer than what it might take me to have that skill.
Do you mind if I share a thought from a
Sure.
mentoring perspective?
Sure.
How about this? Let's say you wanted to move to an agile coaching role in 6 months.
Okay.
It's achievable. It's not achievable, right?
True.
Right. So it's an achievable objective. So let's say this is 6 months. All right. Maybe then you break that objective in 2 parts. First quarter, learn more about being an agile coach, and you could do the enterprise. You could, that would be your objective. So, grow your knowledge in agile coaching. Okay. And then maybe in the second quarter, practice what you learned, or you can do it in combination. So apply it to your teams, or you can do it for each objective, like each month, each thing. You read a new book, apply what you learned in that book to your teams.
Yep.
So now at the end of the 6 months, you have not only book knowledge and maybe a new certificate, maybe you can put that as an objective, right? Or an initiative. But you also have applied knowledge and experience. So when you fill out your resume, you have both.
Yep. No, that makes sense.
And that'll help you grow to that position. So now you really are trying to move the needle because you want to become an agile coach, right? So that's your 6 month objective. And if you get it then and there, it's a goal for you to pursue and kind of really push yourself to it, right? And we're one of the things, you'll join my mastermind and we can talk about this, and this will hold you accountable. Group's now going to hold you accountable to your objectives, by the way. We're going to take this. Scott's in one of my coaching groups, I'm a mentoring group, and we're going to hold him to his objective, or you present it. I mean, it's going to be yours, but here's an example. So maybe in this quarter, I'll just throw something out there. Like, so in this quarter, you got 3 months. Do you want to get a cert?
I don't think I'm going to pursue a cert at this point.
Okay.
But no, it'll be more reading and applying.
Okay, so
as far as
we have an
development is concerned.
How many books do you think you want to read in a quarter? So it's 3 months.
I want to try to read 3. Okay. So one a month.
Let's see if I can do this. Here, now it's doing it. Read. Come on. Here is not the fastest system on the planet. Read 3 books. Got a double R in there. Wikis. So your initiative would be 3 books, okay? So that'll be their larger epic. Now, my challenge would be for you to each sprint in that 3 months is a different book, right? So your initiative will want to read 3 books. Maybe your epic is going to be read 1 book this month, next month, and make 1 book a month. Okay, in your sprint. Yep. So how you measure it is number of books you read, right? So your measure is number of books read. Okay. Would that sound about right?
Yes.
Okay. And then again, this is quarter 1, and quarter 2 can be more, however you want to do. You can read more books, you can apply more stuff. But one of the things is a mentor role is, as you read these books, you should apply what you learned as soon as humanly possible. Okay. And experiment with it. So maybe another initiative, if we drew another initiative, I'll just duplicate it. here she goes, would be apply, and then you could do apply ideas from books. Okay. So maybe that would be initiative. And your smaller ones would be, what specifically do you want to apply? Hey, I read this chapter last week. This week, as my story or my activity will be to apply this, what I thought was really interesting, and see how it works with my teams.
Yeah, it could definitely drive experimentation throughout the year, quarter by quarter. So no, this is good.
And now do you get to see the first comment, what you envision, how is your day-to-day going to be affected?
Yep.
Right? And then every sprint, and we're just talking one idea, this is a personal type OKR. Now every sprint, every week, whatever, how you want to do your time boxes are, you will track what you're doing. And if you don't do it, you answer to everyone else in the mastermind. You're like, what are you doing? What's blocking you from doing this, Scott? Come on, Scott. And then we just have this conversation and try to help each other out. So that's the idea of that.
Sounds good.
That's how you get your objectives. You think about it. And what you do when you do OKRs is you spend it a day to figure out what makes sense for you, right? So you spend about a day, and actually it doesn't take very long, but if you spend some quality time, usually just a day or a couple hours in your first part of your quarter, and say, what do you want to do? So my challenge to you, Scott, would be sit down, look at what you came up with. And one of the things, we'll do this when we do our group. So, and I'm using Jira to track it. We would put this in there, and one of the things we'll talk about how we would fill that in. So think about all the things you would do to have an objective is to achieve a coaching role, whether it be in the first quarter or second quarter. You might say, have applied knowledge in the first quarter, something. You'll have to figure out what you want it to be, but your objective should be slightly different, right? Your overall 6-month objective is to move to an agile coaching role. What do you want to achieve in this? What's your objective for the first quarter? And then what is like I gave you 2 choices. One, like do the study in the first quarter, get the applied knowledge in the second quarter, right? Or it could be, let's do all this in the first quarter and then start applying for agile positions or market it inside your company or whatever, propose it in the second quarter. Right? That makes sense.
Yep.
So now it gives you an even more achievable goal. Get all your learning and practice done in the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, start marketing. And then you figure out how you want to market that inside your company to become an agile coach. Right? Also included in the OKR Personal OKR Mastermind group is access to our Slack channel, which we offer so that you can communicate to other people in the mastermind, connect with me whenever you need to. And here I'm going to explain and share some of the Slack information. Hey, and welcome. Thank you very much from the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show for all your support and activities and contributing to our program. We are starting to offer this Agile Slack channel where Agile people can come together, talk about different aspects. I just wanted to share some of the things we have. Podcasts, masterminding, conferences, job interviews, questions. We do introduction, we do motivation, we talk about Kanban, product owner, QA testing, retrospective, a little bit of everything, celebrating your wins and your agile practices, things that energize you, sharing different things, different programs. And we wanted to bring this because a lot of these social media engines, it's all based on algorithm and not necessarily what you're interested in this way. And this Slack program that you can comment, contribute, and watch and learn from others in the Agile group at your pace at when you want to do. If you're interested, please send me a message. Connect at 5 a.m. Mester Scrum, or you can go on our website. We have a blog post on how to join our Slack channel. I just want to have a 30-minute conversation, make sure this works for you, because we want people that are active, that are going to come in maybe once a week or every day if you like, but not like once every 6 months. We want to make sure people are active and engaged, and this is beneficial for them and us and everyone in the community. It's $10 a month or $100 for the year. It's not very expensive. It's kind of like going to the gym, working out, but at a pace that's affordable for most people, and enough to support the program. So send me a message if you think you're interested, and we hope you do join us. Take care. Bye.